Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. Today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. When there's a marriage, there is a presumption that children born during the marriage are children of the parties. They're children of the marriage. That is to say, dad is the father, mom's the mother. Those are the presumptions. When it's not a marriage, someone has a baby, of course, we know who the mother is, but there is no particular presumption of who the father is unless and until paternity is established. In other words, it's not like we have a male figure, the boyfriend, and so the presumption is that he's the father. No, that presumption doesn't attach until you're married. Now, when you're married and a baby's born during the tenure of the marriage, the presumption is this is the father, this is the mother. So the question is, what do you do when you're going through a divorce and you're pregnant? Where does the presumption lie there? Well, you know, as long as you're still married, the presumption is going to be you're the mother, he's the father. Now, you could say, well, we've been separated, I had another relationship, this is somebody else's kid. It doesn't matter. If that child is born before that divorce goes through, there's going to be a presumption of paternity in favor of your soon-to-be ex-husband. So what that means is that you're going to have to disclose to your lawyer, once it's determined who the actual father is, and special steps are going to have to be taken to overcome and rebut the presumption of paternity. And I don't think you'll have resistance on it because, number one, your ex isn't going to want to have the paternity on him because it may result in more child support. So he's going to be willing to acknowledge that he's not the father. I mean, he's not going to want that extra entanglement. On the flip side, the one who is the father, he's probably going to want to be recognized legally as the father so that he can have appropriate parenting time rights. Now, it gets a little murky if the child is born, let's say, into the marriage like a month into the divorce, and the child is born and then the divorce takes a year because of property issues and other issues, and now your other children are very attached to that child and don't know any different, just presume that that's a sibling. How do you handle that? It becomes very complicated because you know what's going to happen. Mom is going to take that child because it's hers. She's eventually going to go. And ultimately, if those children of the marriage are with dad, then there's not going to be a whole lot of relationship between the children that dad has custody of and this child that mom has custody of because it was her child from a different union. So it gets very dicey in terms of the siblings and are they half-siblings and what is their relationship to each other. And then, of course, the issue is, what about the father of that child? Does that father stay in the relationship? And what if he's AWOL? And now these kids have really no father because the marital father, well, that wasn't his kid. And the boyfriend, he's gone. He's absent without leave. So that does become a little complicated. But the fact of the matter is, if you're pregnant during the divorce, the presumption is going to be that that's a child from that marriage. And if it's not, steps have to be taken in that judgment to pull that child out of paternity so that your ex doesn't get the benefit or the burden of that child. If there's any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.